Well, good morning, everybody. At least it's morning here. It is Thursday morning here. Happy Valentine's, everybody. Today I am going to be recording part 2 again of my big coloring book collection. I thought I'd give you a couple books to look at rather than just my hands on my bare desk. So again, like I stated in part 1, I had recorded this previously. Something happened. So again, like in part 1, I do have all these coloring books on a card table behind me. So bear with me as I grab each stack. After this part, I have them all to the left of me, so it'll be much easier for me to grab and it'll flow much more smoothly. So let's get on with it. I have a series of books by Mel King. I was going to be showing these in a separate video, but now I'm not so sure because you guys will see them here. This one is called The Magical Garden Party, again by Mel King. They're smaller books, as you can see, but really cute. Isn't that adorable? Cute little bunny puppers. So it is. It's a really cute book. Then also by Mel King is The Butterfly Garden. And then we have The Magical Christmas. Really cute pictures in this one too. The Magical Christmas. Then we have The Magical Garden. These are all single-sided, and I believe it might be Amazon paper, maybe a little bit heavier. Okay, so that's The Magical Garden. And there also is a black background Magical Garden. So it's the same as the previous one, but it does have all black backgrounds. Okay, and then we have The Wonderland, again by Mel King. Okay, so those are all the books by Mel King. Now, this one is, I thought this was in the next series that I'm going to show you, but it's not. This one is called Magical Cats, and it's by Barron's, I believe is the publisher. And as the name implies, it is all cats. It is glue-bound at the top. But yes, all kitties. Again, like I stated in the first video, there's no way that I can link to all of these books down in the description. But if you want a complete flip through of any of these, just let me know. And if you can't find the book and you would like a link, let me know that too, and I'd be more than happy to get you that link. Okay, now I have a series of books, which again, I was going to do in a separate video. And I don't know, maybe I might yet so I can do more complete flip throughs, but this one is called Winter Magic. So this is the Magic series. This is Holiday Patterns. It is double-sided. This was one that I did have ring-bound when I first started getting into coloring. There's a tree I did. I think I did a few in here. Whoops. So you can see that the ones with the black backgrounds work really nice with glitter gel pens or neon or, you know, things like that. There are some white background ones also. So that is Winter Magic. Another holiday one in that line is Christmas Magic. Again, some black background ones. Let me get you over here. It would, again, work great with glitter or neon type of medium. Some more detailed than others. So that's Christmas Magic. Then we have Magic Gold, and I've seen a couple flips of this book, so it is out there. You have the black background on one side, then you have a picture over here that has this gold metallic type background, hence the name, Magic Gold. But a really pretty book. Again, I'm going to, kind of be going through these faster. We would be here forever and a year before I got through all my books. So that's Magic Gold. Then we have Blossom Magic. Beautiful floral patterns to color. Some really pretty pictures in here. So that was Blossom Magic. Then we have Magic Garden. Fantastic flowers to color. I hope the lighting is okay in here. Like last night I had filmed, boy, that's an archaic term, isn't it? Recorded at night, and I looked back at the recording and it seemed to be okay. Now it is early in the morning and it's quite overcast, so I do not have any of my lights on, but it seems to be okay. So Mandala Magic. Again, there are some light or white backgrounds and some black backgrounds. I like this book too. I gotta get this one out in color. Love me some mandalas. So that's Mandala Magic. Mandala. Oh, you'll hear me intersperse or interchange that term and how it's pronounced. This one is Autumn Magic. Includes some sugar skulls. Here you go, Anne. Here's your bats. So some Halloween themes in here, some Thanksgiving themes. Oh, there's another bat one. Okay, so that is Autumn Magic. Then we have Eastern Magic, beautiful designs of the Orient to color. Again, black background and white. Some more intricate than others. So that is Eastern Magic. And then last in this series is Motif Magic. So some patterns and designs. All right, so that is the Magic series, and excuse my arm while I push these over. Then I have a couple of hardback covers books. This is extremely thick. I've seen a couple of people show these books already, so you may be familiar with them. This one is called Exquisite Flowers, Color, Dream, Create by Virginie Guiard, G-U-Y-A-R-D. The thing that's so pretty about these books is they all have this gold metallic background on every page. They are single-sided and very heavy paper. So they're just gorgeous flowers in here with this beautiful background. I want to get this out and try some blending with my chameleon markers in this. Wouldn't that be pretty on here? So yes, gorgeous floral pictures. Then the other book in this series is Magic Garden. I just love the covers on these two books. Again, Color Dream Create, Virginia Araga de Malherbe, Malherbe. I have no idea. I am so going to butcher all these authors' names or artists' names. Again, this is a book. This one has more of the rose gold type of metallic background, so not quite the gold as the first book. I lied, there's also gold. I should flip through first, right? And know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, they are gold. Here's a little bit more of a rosy gold, though. So I guess there are different backgrounds on different pages. This one definitely is a rose gold. So each page is a little bit different. But another really pretty book. So that one is Magic Garden. Now I am going to go into my watercolor books. Let me take a sip here first. Person gets dry mouth talking so much. Many have seen these books too. This is Island Escape by Jade Gideon. And this book is on very heavy, toothy watercolor paper. So you can use all your watercolor mediums in this book. There are some double page spreads, and they just fold out so that they are still single-sided. Really pretty. Many fold-out pages. So there are a lot, I'm not going to pull any more out, but there are a lot of 2-page spreads in this book. So that is Island Escape. Then I have another one in this series. I do not have the third one. I believe the third one is called Thailand Escape, and I did not purchase that one. This is again by Jade Gideon, Rainforest Escape. It says My Island Animal, Exotic Flower, and Tropical Plant Coloring Book. So like the other one, it has very heavy, toothy watercolor paper. And there are, again, 2-page spreads where they fold out. Isn't that pretty? So that everything is, again, single-sided. So all island type of pictures. Okay, again, there is a third one, Thailand Escape, I do not have. Now I have a couple of watercolor books. These are by Prima Marketing. Again, this is on very heavy cardstock that is toothy, is definitely watercolor paper. This is, let's see, I think this one states volume 4 on it. The next one that I'm going to show does not have a volume number on it. I looked the first time I recorded this part, and I could not see where it indicates anything on there. But yeah, some more watercolor pictures, all florals. That would be a great book to practice my Zig Clean Color and my Neo 2s. And then I also have the Arteza watercolor brush pens. So this is Prima Marketing Watercolor Decor Coloring Book Volume 4. So I'm assuming they must have a number of volumes of this. I just have 2 of them. This one maybe is the first one that they did, and that's why there's no volume number on here. I don't know, but it's another one by Prima Marketing. It does state that it's 8 by 10 inch. Again, on the very heavy-duty watercolor paper. Flips up at the top. This one is much simpler and has a lot of quotes. Again, probably great to practice, you know, with your watercolor medium. You are worth it all. Ooh. And then some of these, you know, like this, you could do your own type of backgrounds and experiment with your watercolor mediums, you know, to do some backgrounds. Don't stop. Keep going. So yeah, these are all quotes. Follow your heart and dream. So that is that one. Then I do have a couple of Christy Rice. For those of you who are in the watercoloring community, I'm sure you have heard of Christy Rice and her books. This one is called Spring Cutting Garden. I believe she has all 4 seasons out. I only have a couple. When I recorded this the first time, I thought I had all 4 seasons. But I have duplicates of this one, and I have duplicates of the summer one. And these books are not cheap. So, guess what I may have for future giveaways? So this is a Spring Cutting Garden book, again, by Christy Rice. Her books are set up a little bit differently in that the front folds out, gives you some techniques that you can use. And then this, well, it has a little bit about the author. And then in the back has some suggested materials that you can use in this book. Then in the middle, it has the contents, what all the flowers are used throughout the book. So you kind of know what colors to use if you want to color them realistically. Here it gives a brief explanation even of all of the flowers used throughout this book. So it's kind of interesting to read through. And then you get into the book itself, and she is a fantastic artist. These pictures are just gorgeous. So again, very nice watercolor paper in these books. I have seen a few pictures colored out of these, and they're just amazing. I guess that's what intimidates me sometimes, is you see some colorings from some of these books, and they're just so incredible. It's like, oh my heavens, I don't think I can do that. But you know, a person shouldn't do that to themselves, should we? You do what you do, and you learn from each one that you do, right? Here is the Summer Cutting Garden, and again, I have 2 of them. I hate it when I do that. I know I'm not the only one, though. So this book is laid out the exact same way. This one has an ideal palette, experiment, has about the author. Again, gives you suggestions for mediums that you can use throughout the book. Has the contents in the front, and again, a writing about each of the flowers throughout here. So these are the summer flowers. Seeing as how I don't have all 4 now, I would like to get the fall and winter ones too. Again, really pretty pictures. Okay, so that is that one. And I believe, yes, that is all of my watercolor books. Let me drag the next stack over here. Now we're going to be getting into my favorite type of books. I know it's not everybody's thing, but it is my patterns and design books. A lot of these are geometric coloring books. So here is Geometric Patterns by Orlaith Mornagh, M-E-R-N-A-G-H. And yes, I absolutely love this book. And I have colored a number of them out of here. So yeah, just all different. That was a teeny tiny, more detailed one to do. And yeah, I just love doing these kinds. Coming up with color palettes and, you know, what kind of works with what. So that's that one. Then I have Pattern Coloring Book for Happiness. And I don't know if there's, oh yes, it's by Annette Helton. More patterns. I don't know if I've colored out of this one yet. This is a newer book. Nope. Okay, so that is that one. Oh, this got out of order. This is another book. I thought I had another one of his when I showed all of the Mel King books. This goes with that one, and I'll have to remember it's on the bottom of the stack over there now. This is To Mom with Love. So this is like all of Mel King's other books. And you know me and my OCD, I gotta have all my books together. Okay, so that is another Mel King book that kind of escaped. Geometric coloring book for teens. I do not know why this is called for teens, unless I'm a teenager again, but I love this book. This is art therapy coloring. So maybe it is used for therapy in teenagers. I don't know. It's great for therapy for me too, because I love the designs in here. This is right up my alley. Again, so relaxing. These are not hard, you know, they're not super intricate. So I guess I can see, you know, this working for a teenager. Too intricate, of course, for kids, but. So yes, love this one. I've colored a lot out of it. Geometric coloring book for teens. Then we have Opticalista Glowing by Maria, is it Wedel? W-E-D-E-L. She's got a number of books out. But these have the black background. Again, your brighter neon colors, glitter gel pens. You know, your real bright markers would work best on these. Pretty designs, all black backgrounds. And then we get into a series of books. I love this artist, I should say, and it is all geometric pattern books. I've colored out of each and every one of these. Geometric Patterns Volume 1, and the set of books is by David Hinken Jr., and I got all of these off of Amazon. This is Volume 1, as I said. And yeah, his books are just right up my alley. Again, the geometric type of patterns that I love. Was in a rainbow type of mood, I guess. So yes, that is Volume 1. Then we have Volume 2. Again, same type of thing. If patterns aren't your thing, or designs, there's one I did, there's one I did. You know, feel free to fast forward. Volume 3. Anybody that likes patterns would probably like this series of books. More rainbows. Then we have Volume 4. See, I see some of these designs and I'm just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. What color could I use for that? They just kind of call out to me. You have books that call out to you. That's what these are. Volume 5. A lot of times it seems I revert back to my old standby sets of colors. I try to get out of my, you know, pink and purples and blue, purple, yellows. And I typically use in my designs like 3 to 4 colors depending on the pattern. And yeah, here's a yellow, orange, and brown. So I want to try some different color palettes in these. Maybe I'll just close my eyes and pick out 3 or 4 colors and see what I get, right? There for a while I was having my grandson go through and he just would pick me out 3 or 4 colors and that's what I had to use. It's kind of interesting. Volume 7. Every once in a while he likes to go through my books and he picks out some pages for me to color too. He loves doing that. Here, Grandma, color this. I like how that one turned out. I colored the background, went around each and every one of those little snowflake type of patterns and colored that background all in with black glitter gel pen. Again, very relaxing and soothing for me. May not be your cup of tea, but volume 8. Because there are those of you that don't like the mandala books either. And that is fine. It's great that we all have different tastes and that we all like different things, right? Here is volume 9. So we can all support these fantastic artists that put out these books for us. I like that one too. Okay, volume 9. Then we have a volume 10. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you? All right. More patterns. Again, I did color some out of each and every one of these books. Then we have volume 11, and this is the last one. I was thinking there was 12, but unless I got these out of order too. I got some out of order after I recorded this part the first time and tried getting them all back on my bookcase, and now having to haul them all back out. Books are so heavy, you know. I'm hoping my card table behind me doesn't cave in. Okay, now I have a series of, let me see, inside. Okay, this is volume 5, so I guess we'll go in a different order. They're called Baltica, and they're by Alice Coco. These are all drawn with squares, and then it creates designs. You'll see what I mean as we get into it. And I did color out of a few of these. This one maybe I didn't. But you can see how she draws everything. And Baltica, I guess, is a type of design itself. So then you use these squares and you create these designs with those squares. So that was Baltica. It says the volume number. I looked for this last time. And this is volume 5. So I'm not sure if these are going to be in order or not, because it doesn't state the volume on the outside like it probably should. And yes, this is volume 4, again by Alice Coco, K-O-K-O. Okay, wait a minute. Those were very different pictures, weren't they? I didn't notice this the first time I flipped through it, because that is the Baltica, your typical Baltica pattern. But then she gets into some other types. It's like every other page is the typical Baltica pattern, and then she has a floral type of design in this particular book. Interesting. Never noticed that as I flipped through these previously. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. That was volume 4. Then we have, again, Alice Coco. This is volume 3. So here we are back to our standard patterns with the squares. I'm sorry. Let me take a sip. I was hoping to get through a video without having a cough. I am so sorry. So yes, this is back to your standard patterns with the squares. Then we have, I don't know, what is it? It's volume 2. More of the same. I know I did color. It must be in the first book. Because, dun, 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 this one is volume 1. Now let me see if this is the one where I colored some out of. This one's real teeny tiny. So, no, must have been in one of the others. Oh no, there is one. I know I did color a few though, so they must be in the other books that I just didn't get to. Okay, now we have a couple of, well, it's one series, but they have 2 different titles. The first ones, I don't know why they're called Impossible. These are by Lens Traffic. This is volume number 1. And as you see, when I open the book, they are not impossible. They are very, very simplistic type of designs. So, yeah, very misleading title. I don't know where they got that from. And then Lens Traffic Volume 2, Impossible. I have not colored out of these yet. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with these because they are such simple designs. Then the next books I actually like a little bit better. This is Labyrinth by Lens Traffic, and this is volume 1. And these are all like maze type pictures, and I love coloring lines like this. So yes, I like these books much better. Again, this is volume 1. And then we have Labyrinth volume 2. Same type of pictures. Alrighty. Then we have, and I think I have these all out of order from the first recording. And if that's the case, I guess it's really no big deal, I guess. Here is a rather, well, I shouldn't say large, but there's a series of books by Louise Atherton. This one is called Color My Patterns. And I don't know how I feel about this series of books, because you can see they don't go out to the edges. So it just seems like maybe some of the pattern was cut off. I don't know. Some people like that border around their pictures. It is, the one thing that's kind of nice is it doesn't go right into the spine then, you know, and you're not coloring off the edge of the page. So there are some advantages to it too, I guess. Then we have Color My Geometric Patterns, again by Louise Atherton. Some of them are just like that, you know. I mean, that a child could color. So, yeah, I don't know. Color My Geometric Patterns. Then she does have a couple of mandala books out. Color My Mandalas. She does have a word over on this side that you can color in. So that's Color My Mandalas. Then we have Color My Mandalas 2. Same design as the first one. Ooh, look at that one. And then we get into the Geometrics series. And let's see if I can get these back in order from when I did them the first time. Just take me a little bit here. Okay, so we have Geometrics 1. Again, these are all by Louise Atherton. And I have not colored out of these yet. So I'm just going to go through them real fast. This is Geometrics 2. And Geometrics 3. Geometrics 4. Geometrics 5. Yeah, I bought these all as a series. Geometrics 6. Geometric 7. Again, like the other books, some more detailed, some simpler. Geometrics 8. Geometrics 9. Geometrics 10. We're almost done. Trust me. All right, that's 10. And finally, 11. Okay, then we're going to get into just a couple of books that I thought were really neat. I have no idea how to pronounce this. Is it a silent piece, or is it Pasanki? Easter Eggs of Eastern Europe, Coloring Pages for Kids and Kids at Heart. There you can draw your own eggs. And then they have these eggs that have these intricate designs in them. I did color a few. So yeah, I thought they were kind of neat. There's another one I did. Then in that same series is art, is it Novo? Again, Coloring Pages for Kids and Kids at Heart. I don't know if there's an author. No. But I thought this was kind of neat again, too. I did the peacock feathers. And I did this, again, colored in the black background with gel pen. Some of them are larger pictures, some of them are small. Okay, and then we have Buddhist mandalas. Again, you can draw your own at the back. These are extremely detailed. Boy, even with fine liners, I don't know how you would color these. I looked at this when I got it, and I'm like, oh my heavens. Even I would need a microscope rather than a magnifying glass. Oh my heavens. So needless to say, I haven't colored out of that one yet. And then, similar to the previous one, this is Russian Eggs, a coloring book for Easter or anytime. And I thought these were so pretty, too. There's one I did. And another one. Okay, that finishes up that stack. Let me turn around here. And let's get this stack over here. Okay, now we are getting to some of my all-time favorite pattern books. One of my favorite, I guess, publisher let's get to volume 1. Is Color and Create. And they have quite, oh, let me zoom over here. They have quite a number of different types of books. Well, well, okay, we'll get into that. This is the Mandalas Volume 1, and as you can see, these are smaller books, nice travel size, and really pretty one-sided mandalas. Okay. Then we have Volume 2 mandalas. These kind of remind me, if any of you know of Angie Grace's books or Lori Greenberg, and I'm going to be showing those books too today. So they remind me of those, especially Lori's. And Volume 3 mandalas. Then we get into my favorite series, and I have all of these in backwards order because of recording this once before. This is Volume 1, and this is Guess Geometric Shapes and Patterns by Color and Create. And yes, I have colored a ton out of this book. This is a series that I do hope to complete every single page. As you can see, I have colored a lot out of here. The vast majority of this book is done. I think I only have maybe 10 pictures left. You tell I ran out of my color. But I still had to finish it. Okay, I won't show you every page, but suffice it to say, I love these books, and I have very few pictures left in that one. And then here is Volume 2. Colored a lot in this too. This was for a warm and cold challenge. So I just divided it in half and colored it that way. Again, colored a lot in here. I have a few more left to do in this one than Volume 1, but it's probably 3/4 done also. So yeah, that is Volume 2, and then we have Volume 3. This one I have a little ways to go yet on it, but I have colored quite a bit in this one too. There's another one. I ran out of my dark yellow. Hate it when I do that. Every once in a while that happens. I try to grab, when I'm doing with my glitter gel pens, I try to get another one or a refill before I even sit down to color. And yeah, still doesn't work out sometimes. Then another one by Color and Create is the Snowflake Mandala coloring book. One-sided. These are a lot of fun too. They're much more simple type of snowflakes of designs to do. Just really relaxing. I have done a few in here, especially in the beginning. Yeah, I did a lot in the beginning. I think originally I was going to start from the front of the book and just work my way back. But then we have Color and Create Patchwork Quilt Designs. I've done some in here. These are very simple type of patterns, and it's just tailored, like the book title says. It's tailored after quilt designs. And this is one of the more recent books I got by Color and Create, so I don't have a lot done in here. Again, very easy, relaxing type of patterns to color in. Now, I am going to be getting into another one of my favorite artists, and that is Janine Morrison. She has a whole huge series of coloring books out that are all patterns. So I had to get this one too. This one's called The Super Awesome Coloring Book by Mark Cesarik, Cesarik, but it is edited by Janine Morrison. So, hard to get it. It's a little bit different than her designs, but yet it's pretty neat. I like it. Again, this is a little bit newer of her line of books that I got, and so I haven't colored much out of this one yet. But as you'll see, this is very different than what her books are. This is another one that is just featuring the artwork of Janine Morrison. This one is Mandala Designs. One-sided. So all of these, you could use your alcohol markers in. Just put a piece of cardstock back behind so it doesn't bleed onto the next page. Some are simpler in here, some more detailed. Then we have the more full-size book. This is volume 1 of Mandala Design. I know I colored a few in here, but I'm probably skipping right past them. Then we have Flower Designs Volume 2. This is all with black background. Okay. Then we have Nature Designs. Again, these are all Janine Morrison's books. So this one isn't patterns, it is just all nature type of pictures. A little bit different than a lot of her other books. Then we have Pattern and Design Coloring Book. This is volume 1. There's one. I did color a few out of here, but... Then we have Wanderlust. This is one of the newer ones of hers that I got too, featuring the artwork of Janine. Okay. And here we have Flower Designs Volume 1. Again, this is a black background. Oh, there's one I did. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. That one. I remember doing that. You ever flip back through your books and you're like, oh, I remember doing that 5 years ago. Can't remember what we ate yesterday, but we can remember that. Patterns for Meditation. Now, this book when I initially looked at this, I'm like, this is printed wrong, because look at that. Well, I finally realized that we have the total white design on this side, and then some with partially black on this side. So they are still single-sided pictures, but she must have had it designed and printed this way. So... And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So there are 2 versions of each design. Then we have Pattern and Design Volume 2. And I kind of have these all mixed up now, so. Oh well. Okay, so that is Pattern and Designs. Then we do have another black background. How long are we going? About 50 minutes. Okay, got a few to get through yet. After this is one more stack. Here's Flower Designs Volume 2. Then we have Patterns for Relaxation. Again, this is like the other one where we have the light and the dark next to each other. So yeah, that's another one like that. Then we have Mandala Designs Volume 3, Black Background Edition. Then we have Mandala Design Volume 3, the White Edition. Yes, I have to have both. And we have Mandala Design Volume 2. This is the last one I have of hers. There was a page. Oh, yeah. Okay, then we get to another artist that I just love. This is one of the first type of pattern books that I got. And let me put the old ones down. Now she has also, and she is no longer with us, which makes me sad because I just love these. She has a number of different types of books out there, and you'll see what I mean. Ruth Heller has a lot of books out there also. This one is called Geometrics. So yes, again, right up my alley. Okay, so that is Geometrics. Then we have more Geometrics. Okay, then we have optical art. So this one, again, almost resembles the Baltica books that I showed you before, and so works with the squares to create the designs. And then we have a couple other different, this is flowers, and they're so pretty. I love this. Again, I want to practice with some of my mediums in this particular book. Then we have prisms. And as the name implies, that's what they are. They're all prisms. And then we have butterflies. Again, very pretty book. Another one I want to practice some blending. Pencil, marker, whatever. Then we have snowflakes. So she put out a number of different types of books, but the majority of hers were design type of books, because I wanted to get all of her books. I did go back and I ordered a number of her old type of books, and I got for used editions off of Amazon, but I really wanted this one. It's the Oriental Rug coloring book. And I did one out of here. And you can see some of these get very, very detailed. And it tells you on the bottom where the rug is from. This is Turkoman. Detailed version, Afghanistan. So it has the, here's a Persian rug. So it has the full rug, and then it will have a close-up view showing the detail. Another Persian detail version. Here is a double page spread. This is Turkish. Can you imagine coloring all that in? Ooh, just calls to me. There's the Turkish detail. So yeah, that's what this book all is. It's all Oriental rugs. I did color one in there, but didn't get to it. Then she does have a couple of stained glass books out. And for those of you that have any of the Dover books that are the stained glass, they are printed on this, can't think of the name right now. But it's a see-through type of paper, so that when you color it in, you so you have to put a sheet of white paper behind this so that you can actually see what you're coloring. But you can cut these out of your book then and hang them in your window. They're kind of like sun catchers. So yeah, this is all patterns. Again, it's kind of hard to see because everything shows through from the next page. But so she has that stained glass book out, and I believe there's another one here. Yep. Another stained glass book. Again, hard to see because of the design of the book. And she also has got this one just real recently. I believe I got this on Book Outlet. A real small book of stained glass. And these flip up this way. Okay. Then, again, because I wanted all of her books, I ordered a number of her really, really old books. Now, this one is very thick, and it contains shapes and designs from a lot of the other ones, but this is probably one of her very first books, and it's on that real old type, from when you were a kid type of paper. But here's the prisms. So it's all of her books combined into one. So because I wanted to complete my collection, I wanted this book. Then a couple other really old books, and you'll be able to tell when you look at these. This is more designs for coloring, again on that old type of paper. There's one I did. And we have the first designs for coloring. These are all snowflakes. Okay, and then the Far East. So that is all of hers. Now I have one more stack to get through, and we're going to go through these rather quickly. I am filming this, recording this before my granddaughter gets here, and she should be here in a half an hour. So here's a book. You have those books, you're not quite sure where to put them because they don't fit in any category. Well, this is it. This is one. This is the Coloring Studio. I seen this on Dee Dee's channel. This is more of a magazine type of book, and I believe I wanted this because it featured I believe it was Johanna Basford possibly in here. Anyhow, I know there was a reason why I wanted this particular version. It explains a lot of things, that you could possibly do with this design. So yeah, it's just, explains techniques you can use. So I thought that would be kind of fun to get. Let me put these over here. A couple more books that just have no home of their own. This is a very large book again that I got from Walmart. Coloring for Tranquility. And it just has all different designs and patterns in this book. You can see I marked some that I want to do. Okay. So there's that. Then we have Challenging Coloring. This book, I forgot who it was, showed it on a Facebook group. And I'm like, oh my, I do like intricate things. This is by Lisa Mallet, M-A-L-L-E-T. Very, very intricate designs in this. And you can see it doesn't have black lines. It's got almost grayish type of lines, but yes, very intricate. Hence the word challenging coloring. Now we are going to get into Lori Greenberg's books, and I really like hers too. I was involved with a project where once a month we were sent one of these books. This was, I don't know, a couple years ago. And then we just kind of put our review out for them as we got each book. She does have a few of the pocket ones where you can just take them along when you leave, go somewhere. This is volume 1. So just a small book. Colored a few in there. Here's volume 2, Relaxing Pocket Patterns. Did a few in here. Calming Pocket Patterns. This is volume 3. Okay, then we get into some that are a little bit larger. Meditative Mandalas, Volume 1. Okay, then we have Fanciful Mandalas, Volume 4. Oop, not going in order. These are a little bit more intricate. Few that I did. Then we have Calming Mandalas, Volume 3. Again, I'm going through these a little fast. And again, if anybody wants complete flip-throughs of anything, just let me know in the comments below. Then we have Relaxing Mandalas. This is Volume 2. Few that I did from this book. Then we get to some of the full-size books. And there are a few volumes of this. So we'll get to Volume 1, Meditative Patterns. Again, these are all by Lori Greenberg. And yes, this is the full-size book. Some easier, some harder again. Then we get to Relaxing Patterns. This is Volume 2. Get a few out of there. Volume 3 is Calming Patterns. Then we have a Volume 1, Easy Patterns. These are a little bit easier than the other ones, not quite so intricate. And I do like these. As you can see, I did quite a number from this book. Kind of just starting from the front and working my way back. So yeah, I colored a lot out of that book. Then we have one that's very similar. I've seen a number of people coloring out of Diana Stoltzfus books, and so I wanted to try one of hers too. And this is Stressless Coloring Book. I know she's got a number of mandala books out. Whoops. Which is basically what these are, is they're mandalas. And there's one that I did out of hers. And then we are finally going to get to my Angie Grace books. She came out with a sampler book, and this was a number of years ago. It says special edition, 1 page from every single Angie coloring book. That is no longer true, because since this was put out, she's created many, many additional books. But it gives you a good idea of what is in each of her books. So she does have some journals, some coloring journals out there. Then it'll say the name of the book down here and just give you a sample of what's in that particular book. So that's kind of a neat idea. I hope she puts out another sampler to show all of her newer books, since that one was created. This is Volume 1 of Balance. Now each one of these must have multiple volumes in them. I only have one in each line. Some of these are much more intricate than others. And I believe as the volume number goes up, the more intricate they get. So here is Wow, Volume 1. These are the extreme coloring lines, and that's why they're more intricate than some of the other books of hers. Then we have Centered. This is also in the extreme line of her books. This is Volume 2. Yes, and this one is a detailed book. Did a few in this. Then we have flowers, and she does have a number of books that are for crayons and wide-tipped markers. So these are extremely easy books, as you can see. These would be fun for blending tip-to-tip markers, for your chameleon markers, or just practicing shading and blending with your pencils and whatnot. Here is Illuminate. Again, this is for crayons and wide-tip markers. A little bit more detail than the previous book, though. It's Illuminate. Then we have Spiffy, Volume 5. So this is a little more detailed again. Then we have Reflect. Again, this is for crayons and wide-tip markers. I like this one. I got to get this one out in color. Out of it. Almost done, people. Ink Doilies, Volume 1. This one I wasn't quite as fond of as her other ones for some reason. I don't know. Then last out of this part of the series will be Quirky. This is Volume 14. So you know with the higher volume number, it's going to be quite detailed. So, yeah. Okay, we are at a little over an hour again. So I, again, hope I didn't bore you people to death, seeing as how I am starting to get into a lot of my pattern, my geometric design type of books. As I look at the table over here for part 3, that's quite a bit of what I am going through. I have an absolute ton of Marty Joe's books. So that's what I will pretty much be featuring in part 3. Again, I do have all the books sitting over to my left already, and I am not dragging them all back into the dining room. So I'm hoping Miss Madison does not get at them today. I am hoping to record a number of these parts now tomorrow because I do not have Madison tomorrow. So I'm only going to have to worry about today with her getting into these books. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hit that bell so you're notified when I have new videos out there. I hope everyone has a terrific day. It's almost the weekend. Again, today is Thursday. Happy Valentine's Day. And as always, happy coloring.